Looks like we're going live. Looks like we're going live. Yes, we are going live. Are you here? Are you going live with us? I sure hope so. Hey, everybody. Hey, hey. Good evening. Good Sunday evening. It's live at 5. We're going live. Come on, LinkedIn. I'm trying to add LinkedIn to the process. See if they can come go with us. Woo, woo. We're going live. Let me make sure the folks know that I'm live all over the world, live from the Caribbean. Yes, award says I'm first. YouTube.com slash at educator to trader. We're live. We're on here live right now. Yepper. Let me forward it to the people so that everybody knows we're here. Listen, I don't have my bright lights. Ward, please tell me if you can hear. I don't have my bright lights on, so the whole setup with you. But y'all say if y'all can hear me or not. I sure hope y'all can. I tested out my microphone, but I wanted to make sure you all could hear. So say yes, we can hear you. Can you hear me? Hey Ward. Hey Tanya. Hey Antonia. Hey. I'm on Central Standard Time. Yes. I hope it's 5 o'clock there. It's 5. I am on Central Standard Time. It's 4 o'clock here. And I'm assuming it's 5 o'clock there. Trying to stay on my East Coast schedule. Ooh, I'm not a fan of these headphones though. But they are what they are. Um ooh, let's see if we can get a little cuter look. There we go. Get a little hair in the front. Y'all see? Mm. Yeah. It's fine. I think it's Antonia. Yep, I got a little hair in the front now. My little bob thing going here. Ooh, getting used to this hairstyle. My son was picking at me the other day because when he called me, he called on FaceTime, and when he saw me again, he's seen it before, but he was like, "Oh," he's like, "You cute," because they got to get used to it. And then he was like, "Oh, you just throwing your hair around?" I was like, "Yes, I'm just swinging my hair. My hair is long, so it's not like." It just don't move because it's long, so it don't necessarily move. But this bob style is bobbing. Yes, the bob is bobbing. For sure, for sure, for sure. Um, all righty, let's go. Thank you. Got me a new cute dude. I got me a bob going. It's actually cool because here in Mexico, it's hot. It's hot. Let me see what the temperature says. It says 90 degrees right now. It's hot. It's like uh uh pressurized hot, maybe humid. There we go. It's a humid hot. There it is. Okay. So y'all know I traveled on Friday. We talked about a little bit. If you followed me on social media, you were able to see that I talked a little bit about my trade. If you're in the community, of course, you got to see talked about. Please tell me. I know y'all can hear me, but can you hear me like at a right volume or whatever? Do I need to turn it up or anything? Is everything fine? Let me see. Can I adjust it? Oh, I think it's high enough. Okay, it's as high as it goes. This is as good as it gets. Don't drink the water there. No, sir. I have a huge, big old thing. First of all, where's my water bottle? Hmm, It was down here. I had a water bottle that was with me, but oh, it's over there. Bought a big jug of water, and I've been refilling my water bottle that I carry with me. But you have to drink a lot of water because through it over here. It's humid. Okay, and I won't drink the water. Y'all can hear me just fine. Wonderful, wonderful. I'm hoping the internet is fine as well. So we're testing it all out here together. All righty. I was near about your neck of the woods. It was 81 and humid. Got home, it was 55. Yep, yep, yep. That's how that goes. That's how it goes. Let's look at what we have going so far. What went on last week? Wait, I got me an extra screen over here. That's why I'm looking to the right. I brought one of my screens with me. So so that's over here to the right, which is why you'll see me looking this way. Okay. Um, Pew, there we go. This was SPX last week. This big green candle was last week's candle. It gapped up. Y'all see here, it gapped up for last week and then stayed going green all week long. That's what we had. It didn't come back to get that gap. It gapped up and opened just above 58.09, 58.07, somewhere in there was the open candle. Let me get it accurate. Open was 58.07.20, and it moved up all week long. This is the candle for the week. We can look at the candle for the day. Now, of course, this is just SPX. There's a whole market of stocks we could look at, but we look at SPX because we're checking out the overall market. We had 5 days. We had green, and a stall day where basically everything just kind of chilled out, open and closed almost at the exact same spot, just a little bit different. And then Thursday and Friday, it moved some more. Notice every time it had a gap, every time it gapped up, it filled it during the day. Gapped up a little bit, filled it. This one gapped down and then filled it back, going back up. This one gapped up, filled it, and then went on back up. That's how we got all those green days, but they left a gap behind. I keep saying we like I'm out there. A gap was left behind between 57.86 looks like, and down to about 56, 57. That gap still will need to be filled, and SPX will at some time or other potentially this week come back and get it because we got some news. That whole stuff I put into the chat, and you've probably been reading about it. That Moody downgraded the credit rating for um, the United States credit rating from AAA to AA1, and that may cause a pullback. I know I put it into our chat. Hopefully, you all have read some stuff about it. If not, maybe you will when you get off here. But that may cause some issues, right? The VIX is currently at 17.24. In the 17s means that the market is probably up because the VIX is quote unquote down. But listen, there's stuff on the horizon. Trade deals in focus amid stock market rebound the week ahead. A quiet week of economic data will greet a rallying stock market, keeping focus on the latest in the Trump's trade war. Walmart says we're going to have price hikes. No shock there. Diamond heads for JP Morgan exit, and investors aren't happy. Mhm. I was looking for the thing that talked about the Moody changing the rating. Oh, breaking news here. This is a moment of prayer, right? Former President Joe Biden was diagnosed with an aggressive form of prostate cancer. Definitely put him on your prayer list for those who pray. Um, but we see here that our in CNBC, the DJIA, S&P 500, NASDAQ, all these futures are green. It's not quite futures time to open for this week yet, but those are all green. S&P post fifth winning day notches 5%. This is all from Friday, I believe. Here, former VP Mike Pence calls a $400 million Qatari jet gift a bad idea that Trump should turn down. That's way we agree with that. Scott Bessent calls Moody's a lagging indicator after the U.S. credit downgrade. I think I put into our Telegram chat something about the fact that the last two times the credit rating for the US was downgraded, which I think happened in 2023 and it happened in 2011. Both of those times there was a sharp pullback from the market, sharp pullback in price. Whether that happens or not this time remains to be seen. But with that being the case, we again, y'all know my rule. What's my rule around these pods? Trade what you see. Trade what you see. That's what we do around here. We trade what we see. All right. So that's the great thing for sellers is we don't have to be okay. That wasn't on purpose. We don't have to. I don't know where that went. We don't have to be. Give me my thing back. There we go. Whoop, back. We don't have to be uh, rushing in and worrying about what's going on. We have the opportunity to wait, see what stuff does, and then enter after we got some more data. We got the opportunity to wait. As sellers, we don't have to rush in and ride in any waves. We can wait and see. Now, if you decide you want to ride a wave, we got strategies and plans to ride the waves. We know how to read a chart. We know how to use our moving averages. We know how to use gamma. We got all the things we know how to use, but we don't have to rush in. We literally can wait till later in the day, later in the week. We can give it a minute, give it a beat, as they say. All right. Here's stuff happening for this week. Today we've got FOMC member Williams is speaking somewhere at 4:20. And I don't know if this is now switched over to Central Standard Time. So I'm not, I don't know if this is Central Time. It may be because it says here this is 3:53 p.m. and it's currently 4:08. So it may be, let me see if I refresh it, what time it shows here in the box, 4:09. Yes, so this is showing Central Standard Time. I'm assuming that these times here are also based on that. So you will see where you are maybe, Eastern Standard, but this is what time it shows me. All right. 7:30 on Monday, we're going to have FOMC member Bostic and Williams will speak. Jefferson at 8:45, which I guess would be 9:45 on the East Coast. 9 o'clock, SCB leading index 12:15. We're going to have FOMC member Logan will speak. Tuesday, we've got day one of the G7 meetings. 12 o'clock Tuesday, FOMC member Musalim will speak, which will be 1 o'clock for the East Coast. These are all yellow folders. Wednesday, we're going to have G7 meetings, continues crude oil inventories in orange folder at 10:30. Day 3 is on Thursday, G7 meetings. Unemployment claims is coming in before the market opens. Yeah, this is definitely on Central Standard Time. 7:30 it says here, which will be 8:30 Eastern Time. 8:45 flash manufacturing PMI and flash services PMI. That's after the market is open. Existing home sales at 9 o'clock/10 o'clock. Natural gas storage, FOMC member Williams will speak. And on Friday, we've got new home sales and FOMC financial stability report. Not a whole lot happening this week. This final manufacturing PMI is big news. The G7 meetings will potentially cause some issues, and you've got FOMC members speaking. The downgrade of the downgrade of the credit rating is going to cause a little bit of upsidedness. But I want you all to be mindful of this. One thing Adam said today, which Adam is our dude. Adam said, I think I forwarded it. Adam said, if I want to bring it to the forefront because this is so true in so many ways. Let me see, where is it? There we go. Bring it to the front. I'm bringing it right over here where we can all see it. Adam Mancini is our dude. We follow. Yeah, we we look at Adam Mancini's tweets in the morning is where we get our information from him for our ES versus SPX. And this is what he put in his tweet today. He said lots of crystal ball predictions over Moody's, but if market was as easy as trading obvious headline reactions, then everybody would be rich. Ain't that the truth? If it was just we trade the headlines, people would be rich all the time. As seen all year, markets take the least intuitive, max pain path from A to B. They take the least intuitive. The path you think it ought to go is the path it will not go. Okay, that's the path it won't go. The path you think it should is the path it won't go. Okay. Max pain. Pain for who? Not pain for the market. The most pain for you and me, the individual trader. That's the most pain. The part that's going to get the market the most money, that's the path it's going to take. Solution, trade the price. Like I also always say, trade what you see. Trade the price. Have 1 to 2 setups. Wait, react, ignore the rest. Have 1 or 2 setups, wait, react, ignore the rest. Basically, you got a plan of what you're going to trade, trade it. Trade it. Wait for what you want to see, and when it show up, run it. Don't come into the market at 9 o'clock in the morning thinking you got a plan. 9:30 talking about, oh, it's dropping. I'm finna drop puts. And it might drop. And it might drop for a little while, but nothing goes down forever. So you need to trade wisely. That's all that is. Trade wisely. Okay. I don't want nobody to get caught up in it and be like, but y'all said, yeah, they said, they did say, they did say, here's our earnings coming up this week. Zim used to give really good dividends. They don't anymore. I don't think. I think they might even stop giving them altogether. And Gilt, GILT, CGE is on Monday morning before market opens. OXLC, Oxford Lane, GSL, Global Shipping Lease or Global Ship Lease, ICL, CBAT, Target Hospitality, not Target, not the real people Target, they later. And Target Hospitality is Monday morning, and Ryan Air is Monday before the market opens. Monday after close, we've got Trip.com or TCOM, 8x8, Agilicis, Safe Bulkers, Transcat, and I think that's a QFIN. Looks like it's a Chinese company or at least an Asian company. That's Monday after market closes. Tuesday, we've got Home Depot, the Home Depot. Home Depot's over here in Mexico. Did y'all know that? I did not know Home Depot was in Mexico. Pony.ai is here. Tuesday morning. It's not here. Billy, it's on the list for Tuesday morning. Billy, Viking, Canaan, Amerisports, Art Renew or at Renew, VIP.com, H World, HTHT, and GDS. Looks like several Asian companies are reporting around the same time. Tuesday aftermarket close, Palo Alto Network. That's probably anticipated. Folks like to trade Palo Alto. Toll Brothers, Tuya, TUYA, Modine, Keysight Technologies, Skyline Champion, XP Incorporated, Earn, Viasat, and Auna, AUNA. Wednesday morning, we got Target. I'm wondering, is anyone else besides me wondering how Target is, how their earnings going to show up after they got boycotted? I'm wondering how their numbers are looking since they decided that DEI wasn't for them. I'm really wondering how that's going to play out. I'm interested to see how that goes. Baidu is Wednesday morning. Baidu Target is Wednesday morning. Baidu's Wednesday morning. TJ Maxx, VF Corporation, Wix, Medtronic. Looks like this is YMM Full Truck Alliance. Not. I'm looking over here. It is super small. Lowe's and Dicom. That's all Wednesday morning. Snowflake is Wednesday after close. Zoom, AMSC, Urban Outfitters, Domo, BBVA, Intersys, Sign. That's all Wednesday after close. BJ's Analog Digital, Advanced Auto Parts, Lightspeed, A Tour Group, ATAT, CSW Industrials, Ralph Lauren, TD Bank, Williams Sonoma, and THR is Thursday morning. Thursday after close, Decker Brands, Autodesk, Intuit is Thursday after close. Ross, Dress for Less, Workday, Copart, Silvercorp, Stepstone, Lionsgate, and Plus or Technologies. And then Friday morning, you've got BH or Booz Allen Hamilton and Miniso. That's the earnings for this week. Okay, all of that is earnings for this week. Let me see. Is that a comment up here I need to respond to? Oh, I hope that's somebody talking about Target. She says, hi, everyone. Hello. That's Carla. Hello. Hey, Lisa. How you doing? Okay, so that's our earnings for this week. Okay, we covered our calendar. We covered our earnings. Oh, I wanted to take y'all to an article that is on my LinkedIn. Let me grab this link here so you all can go. I need to send this to my email list. The blueprint that every trader needs. If you are not following me on LinkedIn, you should go and do that. All right. Again, LinkedIn is a different space. It's a different vibe over on LinkedIn. The blueprint every trader needs, but few actually use. I need to grab this link and put it over in my email and send it to my email list. The underlying thought here is that most traders are secretly afraid their trade is not going to work before they even enter it. That's the unspoken thing. I'm not even going to get up on this tangent because that's not what I came here to do today. But this is an unspoken thing where people believe that their trade is not even going to work before they push the button. And if you have in your brain already decided that your trade is not going to work, guess what? Your trade probably ain't going to work because as a man thinking, so is he. You can, the people talking, I'm manifesting. You can manifest negativity too. You can manifest bad stuff too. That ain't what we're after. We have to feel like that when we enter our trades, they're going to be successful. Otherwise, we will think ourselves into oblivion. Now, I do believe me, understand me clearly. I do know the feeling of when you push the button and you are a little concerned that it won't work out. I've been there. I've lost way too much money in the stock market. So I do know the feeling of when you enter a trade and it don't work out. So I do know there is a bit of anxiety and hesitancy when you enter trades. But if you're thinking on the front side, I've done all the stuff I'm gonna do and this trade ain't gonna work out, then come on now. You did all that stuff to make sure to try to ensure that it is gonna work out. That's what we did all that stuff. And if you feel like well, no matter what you do, it's not gonna work out, you need to find something else to do, baby. Just go buy stock and hold it. Because if you're gonna trade and you automatically on the front side feel like it ain't gonna work out, you already set yourself up for failure. Okay, I'm gonna give you the LinkedIn the LinkedIn link to come over and follow me, educator to trader. Y'all come on over there and follow me on LinkedIn. Go check out the article. I need to send it to my email list. I will do that. But oh, maybe I'll grab this link too and put it into our Telegram group. Control C, because I think this is something that needs to be read. This one needs to be read, child. Yes. Mm-hmm. 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 Take a read. Take a read. All right. Let me move forward. I think I put the LinkedIn.com dash company. Okay. I think we're good on that. Ooh, 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 ooh. I think I covered everything over here I wanted to cover. I'll swing back around to the charts here in a minute. Let me cover some other things and then we'll come back. Last week, our trades list. I put it as 6 to 8 profitable, but really that Procter and Gamble trade, it was only partially breached. The Procter and Gamble price stopped at like 163 and some change, so it was only partially breached. And if a person was trading it actively, they would have closed it. So I would have counted it as a profitable trade. But according to my guidelines of whether or not it's profitable at the end of the week, then it's not. It would have been breached at the end of the week. But 6 out of 8 trades profitable. That 75% win rate. We'll snap it up for a 75% win rate. Yes, we will. Woo, 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 woo. The only one that really didn't do gold. Gold is on the pullback, even though it showed up again on the bullish list again this week. It's still there, and you're gonna see it in a minute when I put the thing up. It's still on the bullish list. But gold has pulled back a little bit, maybe in the midst of all this, you know, upwards movement and everybody being excited about the tariffs being off and that gold. People have started to pull their money back out of gold because they were putting it there as a safe haven. But we'll see. Okay, it is still on the bullish list. But 75% win rate for last week on the credit spreads. We'll take it. We'll take it. Yes, we will. Yes, we will. All right. Here is our list for this week, though. Take a look at this list and tell me which ones you like. Take a look at this list and tell me which ones you like. I got a couple that I like on this list. On the put credit spread list. Thank you, Tanya. I got a couple that I like on this list. One of the ones that I like on this list is Amazon. I like Amazon on this list. I'm actually in IWM. I meant to call it out for our community on Friday, but I didn't. but when I landed, I actually didn't notice it had been entered by Peakbot until I was the market was closing. But IWM every week, Peakbot does my automated trading. Peakbot.com/E2T. Peakbot does automated trading for me on whichever stock we pick, and I picked IWM. I'm thinking I may add last week IWM. I got breached IWM last week because, well, partially because it never did pull back last week and lost a few. No, that should be a while. Lost a few dollars last week on there. I need to go back real quick to last week. We traded as a community. We traded Microsoft profitably. We traded Triple Q as a community in place of SPY because we trade SPX every day. So we didn't get into a SPY trade for the week. And we traded Exxon last week profitably. Yes, we had a high risk trade of MicroStrategy. That one got us last week. And we traded and the IWM last week. And IWM ended up getting us last week as well. But we traded Microsoft, Exxon, and Triple Q profitably last week. That should be HTTPS. Come on, where we going? Back to the comments. HTTPS. Peak bot. If you're looking for automated trading because you don't have time, but you still want to make money with your money, let Peakbot do it for you using the trend spread bot. It's basically called credit spreads and put credit spreads based on the trend. And the bot has the algorithm will look for the trend and enter based on what the trend is. Okay. C is Citigroup. C is Citigroup. So I see that what do we put on here? I put Amazon. Tanya said SPY, CVX, and UPS. Yep, Lisa's back on the list. SPY, CVX, or Chevron and UPS. Uh, Amazon and Pepsi. Pepsi doesn't. The premiums don't be right on Pepsi. I like it, but I want it to be better premiums. Ward says, I remember now. What time frames are you using this week? I use the weeklies. I look because if we're doing trades for the week, I start with the charting of the weekly time frame. And I look at smaller time frames after that, but I start on the weekly. All right. And then if we enter for the week and then we can get out the next day or the next 2 days, then that is even the better because we try to be in here as short a time as possible. But I trade off the weekly, off the daily. I look at the daily time frame is what I think I said that. I look at the daily time frame so that way we're looking for multiple days. All right. So I liked Amazon. I told you I'm already in IWM. Tanya said SPY. I like SPY, even though we're already in. We trade SPX every single day. I like Chevron. And we could definitely pull in UPS. Lisa always has us doing UPS, so we'll probably pull that one in this week. All right. That's what we got going. For those who are in my community, we will have our charting call after this. After this, we will do our charting call. All right. We talked about this a little last week. Come on, snaps. 15,000 subscribers here on the channel. Yes. Thank y'all for subscribing and for hanging out. Thank y'all for passing the word, for joining me on this journey. I just so appreciate it. I'm so grateful that you spend your YouTube time and energy with me because you actually could be YouTubing somewhere else, a lot of other else's if you wanted to. You could be doing YouTube someplace else. But I appreciate that you hang out with me, that you come through, that you gave me your subscription. I'm grateful. All right. I want you to know I do not take it for granted. Not at all. 15,000 subscribers. Woo woo. Yes. I love it. I love it. So this is what my week looked like on trading my SPX zero DTEs. This is what the week looked like. Monday, we took a little bit of a loss, -$405. Tuesday made $900, got our money back plus some. Wednesday, 863 profits. Thursday, 735 profits. And Friday took a small loss because I thought I had turned on a trade. in Robinhood, in my Robinhood account. But then when I got off the airplane, I looked for it and I didn't see it. Now I was dealing with my phone switching countries, but I thought it was picking up everything, but turns out maybe it wasn't. But then I was busy getting settled in to our Airbnb and all that good stuff. And when I finally went to go look at what happened at the end of the day, it was like 357, right at before the trading day was over. And I saw that that trade that I thought I had put on but couldn't find, I saw that it was there. It was like 59.50. 59.55 was my call credit spread, and the price was at 59.56 at the time I was looking. So it was breached at the time, and there was literally nothing to do. So I was like, well, we'll just let that be. I had done some other trades that basically mitigated the loss. So it only ended up being -$115. If I had seen that trade earlier, I really could have closed it because I mean I could have put some other trades on because I did have some times where I looked at the market and I could have put some more trades on and I felt like it was in a zone enough for me to do some, but I didn't want to push it because I knew I was still in transit and I wasn't sure about the consistency of my internet, so I didn't want to push it and put more collateral because that's just not wise. I try to use wisdom with my money and the Lord's money and the market's money because most of what I'm trading with now is the market's money. Donald said, "Is your cash daily cash invested to get those returns?" Generally, about $5,000, between 5 and 6,000. I can pull these profits off about 5 or 6,000 of collateral each day. Generally, about five. Yep, three. Yep, yep. About 5,000 total is what it takes. Usually less than that, but that's what it is required. Okay. That's a good question, Donald. You're welcome. But that's what we made. And for the week, $1,978 in profits. I'll take it. I'll take it. I'm so grateful to God. To God be the glory. Thank you, Lord, for a skill, for a strategy, for something we can do that will allow me to trade and to do other things in my life, not just have to sit in front of my computer all day. Now I can. And if I sit in front of my computer all day, these profits could be even higher because I would really be dialed in a lot better. But that's not the way my brain works. I can't sit in front of us the screen all day. My focus is not set up like that. So I'm gonna try to do a little bit more of that this week. That's my plan anyway. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how that goes for me. All right. But yeah, that's my profits for the week. This is what we do in our membership. And we've got not just me, but members in my community are also pulling in profits. And I'm more excited about that than I am about my own profits because my desire was and is to get the people who are with me to be profitable. And I believe we're accomplishing that task. And for those who are still coming along to get profitable, we're still working on what does that entail because my objective is to get all the people who with me to be consistently profitable. All right. And if you're with me and you're not consistently profitable yet, you need to make sure that you're raising your hand and saying, I'm not there yet. So that way you can make sure you get all the time you need to get what you need out of the deal. Alrighty. We use the SPX Playbook every afternoon. You can grab that over at spxplaybook.com. The link is right there, www.spxplaybook.com. You can grab it for $27. It's one of the strategies that we use. It's not the only strategy that we use, but it's one of them. And it can be used as a standalone. You can use just this and pull in good profits every day, right? And this is a couple hours of trading a day. You can use this strategy and do that. We use a couple other strategies though, but you can use just this one. This is a standalone strategy that will pull in good profits all on its own. All right. I want to go hit the chart real quick before I move to too many more places. Yep, that's where I want to go next. I'll come back to chart your way to 100K after we look at some charts. I might have to bring the lamp over here on my subsequent days. I'm still deciding whether or not I'm going to do morning calls from here or not. I have to see how I feel in the mornings because I'm is on vacation. I'm on vacation. Y'all know about that. Okay, here we go. We're going to look at SPX. Let's put ourselves on the daily chart, which is where we are, and look at some support and resistance areas. Let's see where we are here. Ooh. This is a resting. This is kind of a working vacation from a working vacation from the standpoint of I got some stuff I want to, some plans I want to lay down and pull out, and this is at the time I'm going to get some of those done. So it's not, it's a vacation. It's not like let's go see all the sites vacation. That's not what this is. Not for me. My husband told me, I really want you to take some time to let your brain rest. Okay. Okay, looks like based on back in February, we are in or almost in a resistance area 59. Looks like 59.83, 59.82. We're not quite there yet. We're at 59.58. So we're up about 20, 30 points away from a resistance zone. But actually, the zone starts earlier than that. The zone starts at about 59.70. So we are coming into a resistance area. So I wouldn't necessarily be shocked if we hit this area and we turn back. Not the downgrading of the credit, but we are in a resistance area. You see back here in February, we basically came right into this area and started to fall off. This is a place where we that happened. So it's not just that, not saying that the moody thing isn't a thing. I'm just saying this is an area, this is the spot where we are. This is an area where there has been support and resistance in the past, and we're almost there. All right. Just below the 6,000, which is a psychological number, which we know to it has a little bit of a tough time bumping across those psychological numbers. We're currently at 59.58 where it closed, not we. They is where that's where it closed at. You have to we'll see what happens come Monday morning. But as we always say, we trade what we see. All right. Let's go look at SPY. It's going to look very similar because they are based on the same thing. Daily chart on SPY. Got a gap that is here that will need a filling. Nope, not you. There you go. Also, nope, not that one. Oh, this one. What's that about? 596, 597. Also an area of resistance. SPY is currently at 594 is where it closed on Friday, 594.20. And 597 is resistance. This is a zone. So it actually starts, the zone starts at 595 and some change. So 595.85, 596. Alrighty. So coming into resistance on SPY as well. Got some support. Stop it. There we go. There's some support now where that candle paused at 587. So now price is kind of between those two. Alrighty. That's what SPY has going. Keep going too far. Triple Q. Chart's going to look a little similar. No shock there. No shock there. I had not charted up here in a minute, so I had to look at, yep, we're just above some resistance, which is now support. Here. There's a whole lot of price action in this same area where we are right now, where triple Q is right now. 522, which it bumped right into that. Triple Q did end on a hammer though, so it could try to do some more moving upwards. Can y'all see that hammer there? According to the chart, it looks upwards. Looks like they got some upwards movement possibilities. There's a gap here that will need filling. There's an itty bitty one right here. It's a teensy weensy, very, very small gap. Those are filled. Okay. So This needs to move. Why is that stopping right in front of there? I don't know. Okay, so we're triple Q is right at some resistance as well. The resistance is at like 522. The current price is at 521.51. So that could be an area where it could potentially turn back as well. IWM, when Peakbot entered my trade for IWM, it actually entered it as a neutral, which I thought was interesting. The 50 period moving average is what usually determines the trend, and this trend is switching between, it's kind of, it was bearish and then now it's kind of turning back to bullish. I wouldn't say it's neutral per se, but IWM did enter with Peakbot a call credit spread and a put credit spread. It entered as a neutral trade. And I'm looking at these moving averages. I need to move some of these lines because I can't see. I can't see. I love it. Okay, there we go. There's a gap here between 200 and 205 ish. There's a gap there that will need to be filled. The price has bumped into, on the daily chart, has bumped into the 200 period moving average. We already know that's going to provide much resistance, but it is between the 200 and the 100, so it may be sandwiched in there. Just like you see these 5 days are all between the 100 and the 200 period moving average, and those two are going to play support and resistance. Yes, the 9 period moving average is climbing, so is the 20. The 50 is kind of leveled off. The price is between the 100 and the 200 period moving average. Okay, so IWM has resistance. Let me see where I see some resistance. Well, besides that 200 period moving average, it does have resistance at 215 and some at 211. If you look right in here where it slows down, I don't know if I like that as a boom. Nah, I'll leave it. It's something inside this candle. We're not going to get that deep into this charting on a YouTube call. And then there's some support here at 206. Alrighty, that's where we are with IWM. All right. For those who like to look at chart stuff or need more information on charting, because we all do, I sure hope that you know you do. And if I'm talking about chart stuff and you're just kind of glazing over and tuning out, this is a no bueno. Okay. You need to be at least understanding what I'm saying. And if you don't understand yet, just keep listening because at some point along the way, it will get clearer to you. But you definitely need to try to be working up on understanding the charting piece. You must know how to read stock charts. Definitely support, resistance, moving averages, and gaps. If nothing else but those four things. Support, resistance, gaps, moving averages. If nothing else but those four, you need to know how to identify places of support, resistance, gaps, which will also be support and resistance, and moving averages, which will also be support and resistance. Those are things you have to know. You have to know them, right? Come on, I'm an educator, and I would not say you need to go learn this if you did not need to learn it. Please don't be in these streets just throwing your money at something or after what somebody else said. Because what if they don't say? I've been in trades before where the person said get in and you got in and you're like, they don't say nothing about getting out. The price start going crazy. You're like, are we getting out? Are we getting it? Then you don't want to ask them because you won't want to look crazy. You don't want to look dumb. But then you're like, are we staying? And then they're like, a 15-minute close above so and so moving average. And you're like, what? No, you need to know what that means. You need to know what that means for yourself. All right. You can go chart your way to 100K. You can go and check that out. Or if you want to go the less expensive route, okay, you can go to a free webinar that I created. Let me put it here. Start with the chart.com. Go there and start there. It's a free look at some basic charting things. You can go and look at them. That'll be a good start for you. It's not the end, it's a good start. Okay, it's a good start for you. Chart your way to 100K is really a full comprehensive look at charting. Start you at the basics and takes you up, up, up. It requires education. Take some seat time now. This none of this stuff comes easy. If you're trading, this is a learning journey. It does not go away. You're forever learning. Okay. In my community, we basically do weekly credit spreads, daily credit spreads, cash secure puts, and covered calls. These are the things that I coach and I teach. These are the things that we're doing, right? I was just talking about candlesticks and talking about charting. I have a candlestick mastery calendar. This month, we're looking at the spinning top pattern, which is basically the top at the bottom, top spinning top, and then the bottom is basically setups that will let you know about reversals. And that's over in, you can get that calendar at my Etsy shop. I'll put the link into the comments. That should be a period, not a comma. bit.ly/E2T. Nope, wrong things. There we go. If you want to get the calendar, I also do one-on-one coaching. If you're trading and you just need a little bit of help to get you on the right path, get your trading fine tuned, then look on my website, Educator to Trader, and get you a one-on-one setup. Right? If you're in my membership, you get a one-on-one already. But if you're not in my membership, you got to pay for it. Membership. If you are in my membership, you get one. One-on-one coaching, you can sign up for that if you don't want to be a part of the membership. And I can guide you into where something you just may be missing. You maybe have one little missing link, and that'll be all you need to get where you're going. All right. All righty. So, yep. This is me, Arlissa, coming from the Caribbean, hanging out with you for the week. I don't know if I'll be on here tomorrow morning or not. I'll think about it. I'll decide what I'm going to do. Of course, I'm going to be there for my members either way. But whether I'm on YouTube or not, it remains to be seen. All right. I sure hope you all have had a good time hanging out with me. I always have a good time hanging out with you. Tomorrow, we will trade what we see as usual. Okay. Alrighty. I want you all to stay green and I want you all to get this money. Goodbye, everyone. Bye bye.